Alright guys, welcome back for another developer session. Today is just going to be a little quick look at a bit of code I found. So in one of our previous parts we had a issue where our button input had been used to kick off an interaction. That interaction was our NPC dialog. And the problem was we were also using that same button to proceed the dialogue. And because of the timing and the way we were using the coroutines, the input buffer had not been cleared yet, and we were, just screaming right through the dialogue without any additional inputs on the player's part. Now, I'd added a yield return null to force the frame to update, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee that the button has been released by that time. That just gives us a little bit more leeway in regards to the player's interaction, but they could very well just be holding down the A button or enter or whatever the scenario, whatever the button was, and not letting it come up. So I went looking into how to build a custom, or rather just any kind of extra yield instruction so I can force a wait on the input being up, which you could easily do with a, just creating a second coroutine and doing a yield return on that, right? You could do a wait for a button up. Right, you can just force it. You can write a quick little IEnumerator that just, while we haven't detected the button up of our target button, just do a yield return null and do a yield return start coroutine with that method. That would solve the problem. But then you'd have this kind of logic running around everywhere. What I found is that with Unity 5.3, they've added a very simple way to implement your own yield instructions with custom logic. So I created this wait for button up custom yield instruction. And custom yield instruction is an abstract class. You can't define it, or you can't instantiate one of itself, but you can override it. And in its, what you can override is this property for keep waiting that returns a Boolean value. Now, what keep waiting does is anytime you call this yield instruction within a yield statement inside of a coroutine, it will wait until this property returns true. So what I have here is my wait for button up custom yield instruction. In the constructor, I provided the button name that I'm waiting for, and the property just returns not input.getButtonUp. So it returns false while the button up is it returns false while we're waiting for the button to be raised, but then returns true when the button is actually up. Wait, did I say that backwards? Custom yield instruction. Sorry, I said that backwards. Keep waiting returns true while it's yielding. So you want the inverse like I said before. So we're returning true until our button is up. And instead of doing this yield return null or yield return start coroutine, I can do a yield return new wait for button up and provide it my button name, and it just creates a nice simpler method for waiting for particular game logic to occur. And obviously you could do anything in here. We could create a custom yield instruction that waits for something on our player instance to be true, right? So if we had a yield a wait for player to stop attacking, right? We can setting here in our keep waiting, return player.instance.isAttacking is equal to false. So in our usage, if we yield returned on that and the player wasn't attacking in the first place, it would just bypass right through. But if they were attacking, we could just wait there for that to finish. And it kind of lets us write these very simple, reusable timing constructs without littering code all over the place where we might be repeating the same concept. So that's a very simple, quick look at custom yield operations. Thank you. Have a nice day.